got any World Cup withdrawals. We've got the countdown to kickoff and hydration breaks in place today. Referee for this one is Abdu Njai, and we've got a false start right at the beginning. Okay, let's take two. Sunderland Wrexham on ESPN from Subaru Park, officially Chester, Pennsylvania, on the banks of the Delaware River. We go again, and this time it is for real, as the graphics operators in the stadium clock sigh and start again. Sunderland against Wrexham. Sunderland in their change kit, Wrexham in their change kit at Subaru Park. Down by Dan Ballard. It's a back three for Wrexham against a back four for Sunderland. Break down this right hand side. There's plenty pace in attack. Robbie's in the middle, and the effort is just wide from his on-rushing teammate. A brilliant attempt, and so close to the opening goal for Romain Mundle.
Yeah, it's a pretty good break. As you can see, that very high line right there, timed absolutely perfectly as that ball comes around. Look at the defending, look at over the shoulder right there, and Mundle coming deep from the midfield. I tell you what, let me see. I mean, there's pressure there, but he's got to do much better.
We've seen slower tempos, certainly on Wednesday. Liverpool against Wrexham, a lot of that was to do with the state of the field at Yankee Stadium. There was a little bit more intensity between Leeds and Sunderland. That's better. Real involvement for Danny Emery, a new signing from Crystal Palace. Equally
the player that starts it.
There's a bit of space for Bailey Cadamarteri. Danny Emery in support. Two more in the box. Well, I don't know if Kiefer Moore was put off or it was just a swing and a miss under not enough pressure, but that was a half chance for Wrexham. Sunderland can clear. Hopefully. Kakache, another player who was at the World Cup. He was with New Zealand. He's trying to get forward down that left-hand side. Spread through for Kiefer Moore. And a good tackle. That was a lovely through ball. Wrexham's second point.
It certainly was. That angle wasn't all that easy. I'm not sure if he was trying to square that ball or maybe just cut it back, or he was actually looking at the goal. But as you've mentioned, gets himself free. You look at that through ball right there. Good defending, that's for sure. Not much was going to come out of it, but defensively there, great job by Sunderland.
Yeah, very solid by Dan Ballard, the Northern Ireland international, the former Arsenal player. Played for the first team. Second corner. First one went to the back post. This one, similar area from the other side. A little barge in there. That'll be a free kick following a foul on Habib Diarra.
Let's see what happens. So always a lot of traffic. Was it a Callum?
A little push by Doyle.
Just a little bit by Doyle. Or friendlies, however you want to call them. A little bit of respect from players. That's not the time, but this is a good build-up from Sunderland.
Again, utilising that right-hand side, and then the effort is saved not once but twice. It was friendly fire the second time around, and Okonkwo does well on both occasions. Corner Sunderland.
Yeah, great work by Habib Diarra on that right-hand side. Look at him as he just comes in, and just a quick look. Superb. Great save from Okonkwo. He's in for a job. A competition from Denny Ward.
Denny Ward getting his place. He's under a little bit of pressure there, George Thomason. Won it back, Sunderland. An opportunity for Mundle to deliver, and he does. Good defending. Another corner. It's livened up a little bit.
Good one-touch football. I think that's the advantage right now that Sunderland possesses. Spent a little bit less time on the ball. Chris Rigg has been pretty good so far, right? Last game, we wanted a little bit more out of him, Mark, you and I. We've talked him up a little bit ahead of the game, and I thought he was very, very quiet. Right now, finding himself on the ball, distributing the ball as well. Sunderland very, very quick to attack.
He's only 19. He was born in June 2007, and here's us expecting him to run the show. He's certainly capable of doing so. Super young player. Second corner for Sun. Keeper made the early call and gets there in the end. Liverpool in December. Mundle. Reinildo. Started well, the new signing, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Obviously a right back. He's playing a wing back here, but very much capable of defending one-on-one, and we saw an example of that, Reinildo. I mean, that's the strength of Sunderland as well. We've mentioned Mukiele. We now see Reinildo just about every game. It is something that I'm sure that Parkinson's thinking about. Not sure if he's capable of playing all those games.
I've lost count of the number of fouls that Cadamarca
has
made. This one on Luke O'Nine.
He would have been on a yellow card by now if it was a meaningful game. Silly fouls, really, from behind. We just saw a couple of them. Well, that one's a straight-out foul. But
here's Reinildo. Forward by Siddiqui, looking for Brobbey, who's held. And then there's a bit of afters. The referee's, well, he says nothing doing. Is he thinking 6 of one and half a dozen of the other? Because we wondered at the time whether it was because he'd been hurt in the challenge or just to diffuse the situation. I think it was more the latter. That time. It's a foul that leads to a yellow card. Down goes Brobbey again, and the skipper goes into the book.
Yeah, no questions about that. Yellow card comes out, rightfully so. Brobbey, as you mentioned, so good with back to the goal and so strong on the ball as well. And this time Hayem is obviously booked. The referee, remember what happened just a minute ago for sure, but that was going to be a good turn. Look at the way he's using his body right there. He knew that. Just that touch, and Hayem.
Hume is the one who takes. And it's Hayem with the header. Back to where it came from. To be alert there, Okonkwo, just to make sure that wasn't going to sneak in under his bar. And behind for a goal kick. Good crowds in attendance here. I'm sure there would have been a few of them that were at the game last night here as well against Atlanta United.
Yeah, it's a strong header. Good defending there from Hayem, and unfortunately that ball back didn't have the quality. Probably something that, you know, in the preseason, of course, you always work on. Set pieces. We all have seen how important they are all over the world, not just the World Cup, but Premier League as well. Arsenal being a great example of that. Championship's no different than that. So I don't think Brees would have been happy with the outcome of this one.
By Trey for Brobbey, and then the layoff is outstanding. Mukiele with a finish. That's a brilliant goal for Sunderland. The right back getting forward, the ball into Brobbey, the layoff to Mukiele, and the finish. Past Okonkwo. Sunderland 1, Wrexham 0.
Superb finish. A great build up right there. We just talked about Brian Brobbey and his strength with back to goal. This time, of course, he needed a player, defender on his back as well, but just one touch from that angle. I got to see Okonkwo and see if he could have done much, a little bit better, I have a feeling. But as you can see here, touch and go. Look at him go. Plays that ball, doesn't take anything for granted. And yes, here, I think if you're Okonkwo, you've got to think to yourself that this is one that I've got to have. But this is a great touch. One-touch football. We've talked about 15-20 minutes ago. The difference between the two sides, when you ask me, is just that.
Chance to deliver. The early ball, and what a chance! Everyone looks at the assistant, and the flag goes up from Ryan Graves, and the goal is disallowed.
Yeah, it was Broadhead that ultimately put that away. Let's have a look if he was in an offside position. Looked that way. Kiefer Moore, obviously the first one to that ball as the ball comes around, and which is quite right. As you can see it here, a little bit of a deflection, but Broadhead in an.
Nicely done, Noah Siddiqui. And at the back post, it was too tight an angle, and it's cleared away by Kakachi, but only as far as Sunderland. Chris Rigg, Trey Hume, Mukiele in support. The Sunderland defence, Callum Doyle. Half-hearted appeals for the penalty. Delivery from Imrie wasn't great, but he won it back well and took a sore one. Not just with the landing, but also with Chris Rigg landing on top of him. Now comes Robin Roofs, but quite rightly referee Abdul Njai stopping play so that treatment can be required.
Probably the right moment for the referee to blow the whistle for halftime, and you can see it here, just more players colliding just a little bit.
Four subs down, goodness knows how many still to come. First of 3 games today. Probably expect that to be controlled a little bit better. Chris Rigg, there you go though. Nielsen Angulo, that close. Just like that.
A massive mistake. They're playing out of the back, of course, and Angulo almost taking advantage of that. As you can see here, I think he clips the crossbar on the wrong side of it as well. And you see Dobson, that's a bad pass as he takes over. He's had the time. He's had a couple players really. I mean, really wanted to score that, because I think if he squares that may be just almost like an empty net there. Let me see. Yeah, he had a player there.
Yeah. That piece. Thomason now in the centre with Dobson. Kakachi. The worst ball in the world, had to be defended and was. Ronaldo eventually cleared, looked like a handball, but no whistle, and just wide by Kakachi. A little bit scrappy there, nearly ended up with an equalising goal.
It was. He's got to put that away, because I think you're right. I think he helped himself a little bit with the handball. As you can see, that bouncing ball, Kiefer Moore unable to control that as he comes in from behind. Well, it's hard to tell, but my gut tells me that was a handball. Still got to finish that. Look at Kiefer Moore fighting for that one. There he is coming in, and yeah, that's a handball. So quick to transition. 1-2 touch football. We haven't seen that yet. I get it. It's a preseason. I get it. It's difficult here, but just as difficult for Sunderland, and they've been able to do that in the first half.
Yellow card for George Dobson for the foul on Habib Diarra.
Well, he's had a difficult few minutes coming in at halftime. That square ball, remember, intercepted by Angulo, and here holding.
It's a jersey tug. Yeah, that's a yellow card all day long. It's just support from Jensen Jones. Nice little layoff and a chance. Well, he was as strong as he could be, Callum Doyle, and it was enough to ensure that there wasn't a direct shot on goal. It will be a corner. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's a great recover from Callum Doyle, that's for sure. As you see that combination play, we've talked about that just yesterday, I think, in Philadelphia.
Ever since all those changes for Sunderland, Wrexham have got the bit between their teeth. A little flick there by Jensen Seelt. At first you don't succeed, eventually cleared by Jack Whittaker. Foul on Angulo. Wrexham come again. And the header is a good one from Broadhead, well saved by Anthony Patterson.
Yeah, it's just going to be important, the domestic ones as well. Europa League, we'll see, time will tell how much and how far they can go. Obviously, juggling all of that is going to be an issue, right? You're talking about this, Thursday nights, and how's that going to affect Premier League on the weekend as well? That's something that's new for Sunderland, and until you start playing, you really can't tell. That's why the off-season there's still obviously a number of weeks before transfer window shots. That's going to be super important for them, for the rotation between all those competitions. It's hard, right? It's great to get that success, but just makes you wonder for a team like Sunderland if that didn't come too early.
Yeah, when the expectations are now increased due to an unexpected successful season. Izzy, captain of the women's under-19 side. That's a good ball. The touch though by Sam Smith wasn't as good. I'm surprised that Rathbone is battling away in there again. This is Ryan Longman, good defending. But not a good pass by Adingra. And the effort is well saved. Lewis O'Brien denied by Anthony Patterson.
Yeah, an experienced player. Once again, at the moment, just looking at the players on both sides that you think may figure in the starting 11. O'Brien, of course, is the one. Rathbone in that number 10 position may be the player that's going to see a lot of playing time as well.
Angulo. We saw a shot from Rio Ingamoa that looped up and then looped in. But this is poor from Adingra.
Yeah, it is, although I tell you what, I think he's had a target there, that's for sure. Jack Whittaker wasn't on the same page, and of course you see the end product from Lewis O'Brien there. Decent strike, but the goal.
Opponents. Okay.
I think it was Barnett Guilty of a foul. How much of a foul that is there? I am not sure. Shoulder to shoulder initially. The way he falls on him, I suppose, that in itself, yeah, I guess you can see that in itself. Losing control of his body a little bit, and that's a foul. I would have let that go.
Yeah, Tom Proctor in close proximity wasn't happy either, but Lewis Brunt, Rathbone, just a little energetic midfielder, so much ability, and then the header was not meant to go there, but it didn't go in. I'm not sure how much Keeler Dunn knew about it. The effort ended up being from Jensen Seelt.
No, he didn't. You think that ball's going to be intercepted right there. A couple deflections.
He's going to allow one more attack, and it might be key because it's played through by Keeler Dunn. Out comes goalkeeper Anthony Patterson, and that was the chance. And that will do us. Final thoughts as Sunderland beat Wrexham 1-0.
You've mentioned Patterson has done well since he came in the last second. Yeah, the better team won. The tough part of the preseason is over. That's what these players are going to be thinking, especially here in these conditions. That's for sure. Obviously, Wrexham just a couple of days before their season starts. They didn't look ready just yet.